let's plug it in. So first things first, I want to make sure the machine is plugged in and everything, make sure it's on. So I do that. While the machine is setting up and everything, I explain what's going to be happening during this treatment. What she should be feeling, which would be again like a warm sensation. I'd also ask if she was, if she has any pieces of metal or anything in that area, or if she has any see if there's any built up scar tissue, or any open wounds. I'll check that before treatment. To start out the ultrasound, I just start setting it up, edit. For this, since it's in the patellar tendon, I would be using a 3 megahertz instead of a 1, just because the 1 goes deeper into the tissue than needed, and since it's around the patellar tendon, it's not that deep into the body. So a 3 would work fine. Oh wow, I can't even see this.
There's a dial on the back that will
On the back?
change the...
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, there we go. So as soon as that happens, let's see, duty cycle set up, make sure that it's in watts centimeter squared, treatment time set up, and then we have, okay. So as soon as that happens, we pretty much start treatment after everything's set up. Let's see. I just first set the intensity on the ultrasound. I get that going up. For that, it'd probably be around an intensity of 0.8 to 1, just because you don't really, since it's not going that deep, you don't need it to be as high in intensity to generate enough energy to pierce through the skin and everything. So around that should be good enough for the treatment phase. So as soon as that happens, I'd start it. Thank you. What is it, the right or left?
Left.
Alright. So as soon as that happens, I start the treatment phase, and I'd go, since it's not a normal one, so I wouldn't go in a circular motion. I'd probably go more like this, side to side.
Pause for a second. Get some gel on there.
Oh, whoops. Oh. That wasn't bad. I'm sorry if I was burning you.
Frequency 3.3.
And then, as I was saying, I would go more side to side instead of a circular motion, just because of how the knee's shaped and everything. Again, I ask clearly if like it's comfortable and everything, it's not too hot or overbearing
Okay.
for the treatment.
So tell me about why you selected the duty cycle that you did.
Since it's such like a short amount of time and everything, I set that setting to, I want it to be continuous throughout it, just so she continues to get energy, energy from the machine for the whole treatment phase.
Okay.
Because it's not that long of a treatment phase and everything, and then you want me to, I'm trying to like explain and do it at the same time.
Can you have a walk?
But it's just so she gets like a full treatment from it, because again, it's not as much energy going in, so I'd rather have it be for a continuous amount, like for the whole treatment phase, than
Okay.
just for like, say like it happens every 20% of it, like 20% of the treatment phase actually works.
Okay. And then tell me about the duration that you chose.
Honestly, I
Just go ahead and hit stop.
I'll just
on the
hit
machine.
stop. Okay. Is there a towel?
Yep.
There you go. So the reason why I set that time up is because one, ultrasound, you don't necessarily need to have a long treatment time with it, I feel like, and two, as like the provider and everything, after a while I'd probably start getting lazy with it if it's like for an extended period of time, because all I'm doing is standing there, literally just doing a repetitive motion. So in reality, it'd get to the point where like I'd probably start lapsing in my performance and and the patient wouldn't be getting like the full actual treatment. Say like I'd start having like the head come off a bit, So instead of getting like the actual energy from the ultrasound going in, just getting like not like half of it if it was for a long time.
Alright. And how would you be monitoring the patient throughout?
So throughout the treatment, since I can't tell, since the machine won't tell you like, oh, you're like burnt, like it's getting too hot or anything like that, it'd be more of a verbal communication between me and the patient. Like I'd ask, how does this feel? Do you feel any warmth in the area that we're treating? Is it becoming too hot? Is it becoming like you're not feeling comfortable right now, or is it just fine? It'd just be like verbal cues like that.
Alright, and then once the treatment's done, anything else?
Once treatment's done, I recess the area. I'd make sure there's no burns. Again, make sure there's no real irritated skin. There probably might be like a little bit of redness just because of the heat transfer, but other than that, there shouldn't be any like permanent redness of the skin.
And then last thing, what size sound head?
For this, it would be. Oh crap! I can't remember what it's called. Oh no. There's this. I really can't remember this.
Give me a hint, it's on the cord. Cord.
Oh, 5 centimeters squared. I really couldn't remember that. Wow, that's bad. And the reason for that is because we're not working over like a big area. It's more of a small located area, so
Mhm.
that's why we'd be using that sound head.